I gave you the world.
All right, so by the title, you can tell that I almost failed out of nursing school. Okay, I almost failed out of nursing school, and in order for me to be transparent with you guys, I have to tell you the backstory to me almost failing nursing school. And it's kind of hard, it's hard to actually talk about it and then accept responsibility for your actions and your failing. Oftentimes we want to place the blame on something else instead of actually accepting responsibility for our actions. So let's go. One, first of all, I started the nursing program. I did an accelerated program where I already have my bachelor's in biology. So I kind of just maneuvered my way into another program that was like supposed to be just a year long. It's a speed pace, and I was supposed to be graduating this time last year. But because I failed the class, I had to sit out one semester and I wasn't able to graduate this time this year. So I had to retake a class. Now, before I get into me retaking the class or me ending up here now, I'm going to give you the backstory of why I had to retake fundamentals of nursing. Okay, so when I first started the program, I literally graduated the same day that I started the program. I think I was burned out. I probably was mentally exhausted. In my senior year of my bachelor's program, what I did was I had classes at my school. I was taking, I think, like 15 credit hours at my predominant school, and then I was taking a class here at my current school now, which was, I think, like 6 credit hours. Might have been 4. I don't know. I can't remember. It was pathophysiology. I was taking pathophysiology here, and that's an hour commute. And then like that was draining. I had the stress of I'm about to graduate. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I had that on my back also because I'm going to nursing school, but I had my bachelor's in biology. So what do I really want to do? I was doing that. So what happened was I ended up graduating. I got into the program like last minute. So like I was trying to scramble to find somewhere to live. The place that I lived had mold. You guys, when I would walk into my room, I would be sneezing. I couldn't breathe. I didn't feel right. I would always go up there and talk to them about it, but they never really took me serious. So I ended up moving back to my other school because my friend, he works there. So I stayed in one of his rooms while I was going to school here. So I was having an hour commute back and forth. But then I started exhibiting some neurological symptoms of the mold. So I started like having amenorrhea. If you're a guy and you don't know what amenorrhea is when you miss your menstrual cycle multiple times throughout the year, at least 3 months. And I started having amenorrhea. I started having tremors, like my hands would be shaking like this. My legs would be doing the same thing. I started having like so many health issues, and I felt like I couldn't remember anything. I was like having mental blocks, and I didn't know if I was overwhelmed or if I just felt a certain kind of way. Well, that's the backstory of me beginning the nursing program. That's kind of within, but that's kind of one of the reasons that I kind of try to blame for failing. And oftentimes we find ways to blame stuff, but in all actuality, I just wasn't studying as much as I should. And with me not studying, like I was always traveling, going back and forth home. I was always tired. I had those neurological symptoms. So I was kind of like downing myself and beating myself up because I felt like I couldn't remember anything. So what happened was I passed all of my classes. And this one class, Fundamentals of Nursing. Now, fundamentals is like a basis of everything. If you don't get fundamentals, you don't get anything. At the school that I'm at, if you drop fundamentals, you got to drop health assessment, because with that, that's how you get into your other programs. So if you don't have the basis, the foundation, how are you going to get anywhere else? So I failed that class And in nursing school, we have to make a 74 on our test exams. So just our exams and our final put together. So if you have 4 exams and then you have a final, your 4 exams may be worth 75% of your grade, and your final might be worth 25% of your grade. So they average those together, and then they decide whether you can move on to getting all the rest of your grades placed in. I was at a 73.97. Okay, a 73.97. And it was one of the questions, and I was like, okay, I think I'm going to be able to get the question. I think I'm going to be, they're going to give points back. No, I did not get points back at all. I did not get points back. And so I had to retake that class. And in all honesty, I feel like I had to retake that class. Like, it was so many things that I learned that I didn't learn the first time, because in the accelerated program, it goes by so fast that you miss out on stuff that you could have been doing. Like, I had projects that I had to do that I didn't do in the accelerated program. It was different stuff that I learned in the accelerated program that I didn't get backwards, that I learned in the traditional program that I didn't get to learn in the accelerated program. But what happened was, this year, how I almost failed out. You get 2 fails in the nursing program, and then they kick you out. Y'all can't see my feet, but I just kicked. They kick you out of the program, and then when you get kicked out of the program, you have to, I think you have to like wait a year and then go into another program. But I almost failed. It was treacherous. In mental health, I made an 82 on my first exam. I bombed my second exam. Then I came back with a vengeance on my third and fourth exams, and I'll place the grades over here for my mental health grades. And then I also did really, really good on my HESI, so I didn't have to do remediation. And remediation is when basically you take your specific HESI, and when you take that HESI, it's supposed to tell you where you are in the class. And if you're not up to par, they make you remediate. Well, I didn't have to remediate because I did really good. So in Med Surge 1 was basically my kryptonite. I'm telling you that, that stuff had came at me hard. I failed 2 of my tests, and a fail in the nursing program is a 74, or is below a 74. So I made a 68 on one, and I made a 72 on one. And I'll show my grades over here on this side. But it's like, dang, I'm working very, very hard, and I didn't feel like I could remember anything. So what I started doing, I started pulling up research. I started researching everything. I started looking up which colored pencils best stimulate the brain. I started looking up how to remember stuff. I downloaded Luminosity. This is not an ad. I downloaded Luminosity so that I could train my brain. I was doing everything that I needed to do, and I still wasn't making like above an 80 threshold. Like, I was still making like 76, 74, 7. Like, I was still in that threshold. So I was like, you got to do something better. So I figured out how to study. In undergrad and in high school, I really didn't have to study much. It was kind of like it came to me naturally, and I would still make A's and B's and be fine in this course. And in another video, I'm gonna tell you how to take nursing tests. In this course right here, it was like, how do you study? I will talk to my teachers, try to figure out what I need to do. Like, what do I need to do better? And they was just like, you can do it. You can do it. And I'm like, I need to know what I need to do it. But what I did was I started studying hard. Like, I was in the doggone library. I was at my kitchen table. I started drinking coffee. I do not like coffee. Okay, I do not like coffee. I don't like how it makes my breath smell. I don't like none of that. But I started drinking coffee. Because coffee kept me up long enough to be able to finish studying. So I'm going to show you how I started studying. I'm going to flip through my binder for you, and I'm going to show you that. So obviously, while you're looking at this, you see that this is a 1-inch binder that is full of stuff. That first page ripped out because it didn't have any space left. As you see, like this looks like an A effort. I made an 84 on this exam, and it's a lot to do with my self-confidence during test taking, which is something that I'm improving day by day by answering questions that are similar and making sure that I'm comfortable with the material. But my 84 came from a lot of second guessing. So in nursing, make sure that you don't second guess. Your gut feeling is 9 times out of 10 the answer. It's not a trick. You got it. You know what the answers are. And you make sure that you do it. I'll go into depth about like how I broke down my study guides a lot in another video. And I'm going to give you a detailed instructions on how I studied for my finals, how I studied for my mental health exam after I learned how to actually study. So you guys, you watch this video, you know that I almost failed out of program. If you're in the same place that I am now, know that you can do it. It is nothing that you can't do. You just have anything that you put your mind to. Don't ever let anybody psych you out. Don't let a test come. If you say that test 50 questions, you say that 50 questions ain't nothing. I can do anything. I can do all things. What you say? I can do all things through Black Jesus, honey. Yes. You can do anything you put your mind to because you're great, you're wonderful, you're awesome. You're looking at this video because you want to strengthen your brain. You want to figure out how you can do it. And that's it. I will be posting more videos about my experience in the nursing program. Tell me what you want to hear about the nursing program. I'm not going to tell you what program I'm in because I might refer to it a lot. So I do not go to Augusta State. I don't know. It done changed names so many times. Regency. It done went through a lot, but I don't go there. But if you could like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.